When it comes to killing monsters, you can't do much better than the White Wolf. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're exploring the origins of Geralt of Rivia. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and click on the links in the description to vote on upcoming content. A video game's lead can make or break the entire franchise. Whether we love them or hate them, we have to, at the very least, be interested in who we're taking control of. The grander the quest, the more important the title character is, because we're going to be spending a lot of time with them. In a way, the lead is as important as the journey we're embarking on. We keep saving Princess Peach because we kind of like playing as Mario. We keep fighting Ganon because we've grown attached to Link and his various stories. The same can be said about The Witcher's protagonist, Geralt.
You know I don't find that amusing.
Witchers are extremely skilled monster hunters by profession, each one undergoing lengthy training and brutal physical mutation to become the best at what they do.
Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual.
The process takes an exhausting toll on the young trainees, and many do not survive the process. Those that do make it to the other side have superhuman powers, including but not limited to superior reflexes, resistance to disease, and cat-like eyes that give the Witchers very sensitive vision, allowing them to see their way around the dimly lit catacombs and caves that monsters tend to live in. With a combination of vast knowledge, physical prowess, alchemy, and magical signs, Witchers travel the world in search of monsters to slay and the bounties their heads bring in. The son of a sorceress, Geralt underwent this transformation as a boy and grew up in the school of the wolf stronghold Kaer Morhen under the tutelage of the Witcher Vesemir. As Witchers are often feared and shunned by nobility and common folk alike, Vesemir convinced Geralt to take on the title of Rivia, despite not actually being from the great and respected city. Geralt's had a fairly straightforward early life for a Witcher, and when audiences meet Geralt for the first time, he was already a veteran of many monster hunts. Scared, scarred, brave, and wiser than most, Geralt is often able to succeed in situations where many previous Witchers already failed. Not without kindness and sympathy though, Geralt earned a reputation for putting sentiment and the well-being of others over his duties as a monster killer. Geralt eventually returned to Kaer Morhen to train the future generation of Wolf School Witchers, including his pseudo-adopted daughter, Ciri. Without intending it, Geralt made a kind of family for himself, and thus a life worth fighting to preserve. Of Geralt's many, many love affairs, his bond with the sorceress Yennefer would withstand the trial of their lives. In the books, Geralt and Yennefer's tale comes to a bloody conclusion when an angry mob of humans kills them both for trying to defend a group of non-humans. Shortly after this is when Geralt's story in the video games begins. Geralt and Yennefer were found and brought back to life by Ciri, and while the actual means of their revival, like how it happened, is ambiguous, it may have something to do with Ciri's elder blood, something that gives her power beyond that of regular magic. Shortly afterwards, Geralt and Yennefer are attacked by the Wild Hunt, a group of evil, otherworldly elves who travel across dimensions building up their army. The hunt is ultimately after Ciri, yet kidnap Yennefer in an effort to draw Ciri to them. In exchange for Yen's freedom, Geralt offers to join them.
And then made off with Yennefer. I had to get her back. Return to reality. Return to the Witcher's path.
Eredin, the leader of the hunt, accepts, and Geralt becomes a member of their army. When the first Witcher game begins, Geralt has just escaped the Wild Hunt, and that, combined with his earlier case of full-blown death, has given him amnesia. Yennefer has gone off in search of Ciri, while Geralt is rescued by his fellow Witchers, with the help of the sorceress Triss Merigold. On a quest to take back stolen Witcher chemicals and regain his lost memories, Geralt resumes his previous life as a Witcher, since many of his innate hunting and fighting skills are still intact. During his adventures, Geralt reunites with many old friends, and his memories begin to slowly return to him. However, he is still ignorant of his pre-existing relationship with Yennefer, and begins a serious romance with Triss. After recovering the stolen potions, Geralt enters the employment of King Foltest. The second Witcher game begins with the king's murder by another Witcher, and Geralt is blamed for the killing. Now embroiled in a web of conspiracy and a power struggle, Geralt begins a new quest to clear his name, find out who the real killer is, and restore the rest of his memories. Along the way, Geralt continues to reunite with old friends and make new allies and enemies. Ultimately, the events of The Witcher 2 paved the way for the invasion of the Northern Realms by the Nilfgaardian Empire, led by Ciri's father, Emperor Emhyr.
The North bleeds, flogged by war.
By the time the third game rolls around, Geralt has now recovered all of his memories and sets out to track down Yennefer and rescue Ciri, who is still being relentlessly pursued by the Wild Hunt. Eventually reuniting with Yennefer, they rescue Ciri, and with the help of Geralt's allies and some former enemies, vanquish the Wild Hunt. While The Witcher 3 has multiple endings, and the canonical ending to Geralt's story hasn't really been officially confirmed, the game's publisher, CD Projekt, released an epilogue video for the series' 10th anniversary. In the video, Geralt and company have all gathered at Geralt's Vineyard in Toussaint, where keen-eyed fans of the series will recognize a lot of familiar faces and can potentially extrapolate from that who is, air quotes, supposed to have lived and supposed to have died. The trailer functions as both a celebration of Geralt and his adventures, as well as directly acknowledging the player and fans' contribution to the series as a whole.
Thanks for everything. And know we all miss you, old friend.
While this may not be the end of the White Wolf's adventures, this moment provides fans with closure, thanking them all for taking part in the journey.
Now, tell us how you're doing.
Thanks for watching MojoPlays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.